A Blue Jay made history last season, winning the team's first Cy Young award since Roy Halladay took home the hardware in 2003. Robbie Ray's season was special in 2021. He put up an ERA of 2.87, 13 wins, 193 innings pitched, and striking out 248 batters. Now with Ray moving on and signing a 5-year, $115 million deal with Seattle, is there still a Cy Young caliber pitcher on the Toronto Blue Jays? Let's first take a look at who we just brought in this offseason. Kevin Gausman. Kevin Gausman had a better ERA than Ray last season. He had an ERA of 2.81 and won one more game than Robbie Ray as well. Kevin is definitely a candidate to put up a Cy Young caliber season once again. However, now pitching in the AL East, it might be a bit more difficult for Gausman to manage through those deep stacked lineups. However, one guy who has experience pitching in the AL East is Jose Berrios. He is definitely another guy who's capable of winning Cy Young. He has been phenomenal ever since being traded to Toronto last season and seemed to vibe really well with the clubhouse. He finished with a 5-4 record and an ERA of 3.58. You can expect Jose Berrios to improve on those numbers playing with a full season with the Toronto Blue Jays and can be a force at the top of the rotation. But is there another guy that could possibly be a Cy Young candidate on the Toronto Blue Jays? Well, what about Alec Manoa? This young stud is the real deal, and Jays fans can expect him to break out in a big way during his sophomore season. If we're going to talk about a dark horse candidate for Cy Young, we should talk about Manoa. In just his first year in the majors, Manoa turned a lot of heads and was even be considered a Cy Young candidate if he only had been in the majors all season long. He put up an ERA of 3.22, which would have been third best if he played for a whole season. He also had 9 wins and only pitched in 20 games. That puts him 7th in the AL. Now, I will say the sophomore slump is very real, and there is potential that we could see Manoa's numbers drop, but we have seen players improve as well. If he puts up a similar ERA and adds about 6 or 7 more wins to the record, pitching close to 200 innings in one of the toughest divisions in baseball, there is no question that he could be a Cy Young nominee next year. Having the clubhouse experience of Robbie Ray, Hyun-Jin, Jose Berrios, and now Kevin Gausman coming into the mix, he can take all this information from these elite players and implement it into his own game. Manoa already has a foundation of being a dominant pitcher throughout his baseball career, only putting up an ERA over 4 one time back in 2018. If history tells us anything, we're going to see another dominant season from Alec Manoa this year. And with the Jays offense, there's hopefully a lot more wins involved with that. Do you see Alec Manoa as a dark horse candidate for the Cy Young Award this season? Let us know in the comments down below, and as always, go Jays go!